captured in a war zone. Not the safest place for civilians to be. Is this the kind of thing you were looking for?
Father?
Bactrian gold, Cassandra. 1st century.
You know what we usually do with tomb robbers and foreign antiquarians.
From what we've heard, you do a lot of business with them. Laser sighting, computer micro-targeting, in-flight error correction, and exploding rocket shells. This is a handgun that can outperform a rifle on the battlefield.
What exactly are you proposing?
Even trade.
I know the value of Bactrian gold. This one piece could buy 100 of those weapons on the open market.
Then try the open market.
One little pistol won't win me a war.
But if the rumors are true, one little pistol is only the beginning. Are they true?
It's been closed with the seal of the Bactrian kings.
It's the lost tomb of King Ketran.
The seal's in one piece. Treasures can't have been looted.
No, not yet. Your father seems suitably impressed, Miss Newman.
We have an important client who is desperate to acquire Bactrian artifacts.
This is the tomb of a Bactrian king. What could you possibly offer me for that?
How about a weapon beyond your wildest dreams?
You couldn't imagine my wildest dreams.
What do you know about Red Mercury?
Red Mercury? A con trick. An arms dealer's myth. What do you take me for?
Red Mercury. 1/1000th of a gram. You tell me if it's a myth.
Dr. Newman. Move aside, please. One-thousandth of a gram.
We have a client who can supply it by the ton.
Miss Newman, we have a deal.
Bactrian gold.
A wonderful piece.
I'm expecting some equally fine examples in just a few days' time.
With full histories of ownership.
Of course.
Forged documents, I assume.
What do you mean?
Calm down, Dr. Newman. I know the line of business you're in. It's the reason I'm here.
And what line of business would that be?
Trading guns for ancient treasure. Rebel armies find burial sites with mine detectors and blow the stuff out of the ground. You help them beat arms embargoes for an immense profit.
That's a fantasy.
Oh, pity. I was hoping we could talk further. Old family heirloom,
This is the Princess Rosalia.
but you may call me Your Highness.
Be serious, you're like a couple of schoolboys.
Princess Rosalia.
We've got some very strange ideas about how we do business. He's been telling you all of this.
Look at us. We don't know anything about the arms trade.
But I assume you're in partnership with someone who does.
What exactly have you heard?
And more to the point, how many pieces like this would you be able to supply?
Hey,
Not quite so offended now.
it looks like they're going for it.
We have a client who is eager to acquire
This could be the one, Roland.
artifacts.
And
All
I'm
Bureau of Weapons personnel stand
I
by.
assure
Our
you, weapons
consultants
are
have
not
a
our line
lead.
of business.
What I've heard is there's no limit to the scale of weapon you can get access to. As for what I'm offering, I'll give whatever it takes. Let's discuss that right now, shall we?
Let's not. This is real, but she's a fake. This is no family heirloom.
I saw this catalogued in Paris in '72.
Oh, brilliant. Full marks, Bloody. Look, it looks like you've blown it.
This is Blatty. Start the raid.
Can you open those doors from here?
Bureau of Weapons Technology, this is an official operation.
Open from the inside.
I'm onto it.
That's the panic button. What do we do?
Okay, now.
Temporary path, Bureau of Weapons.
How much do they know? Run, Cassandra! Get right away from the building!
Come with me.
I have to secure the vault! Go! Let's go. What do they know about the explosive? They don't.
I'll get him.
You okay?
What about the woman?
If she gets out of the building, there's a bug on her car.
Activate locks.
Set.
Set alarms.
Set.
Set tamper detection.
Set.
Connect tamper detection to destruction timer.
Set.
Watch yourself, Ed. He'll bite if he's cornered.
Connect timer to building security.
Set.
Set total destruction sequence.
Not another word, sunshine. Ow! Guys, you said something up. I don't know what it is.
The total destruction sequence has been set. The contents of this vault will be vaporized in 4 minutes.
Vaporized?
To suspend the sequence, please evacuate the building. To cancel the sequence, enter the appropriate key code.
Vaporized, 4 minutes, guys.
What's the point of that?
It's saying get out or we'll destroy the evidence.
Evidence? What evidence? Stolen antiquities? He's trade goods, armaments, weapons.
No, he was talking about explosives.
Thank you for clearing the building. The total destruction sequence is suspended at 3 minutes and 30 seconds. Do not re-enter without the key code.
If you go back in there, you'll restart the countdown. Unless you've got the key code to cancel the sequence, in 3 minutes the whole place will go up.
with a bang.
Like you wouldn't believe.
He keeps everything that could incriminate him inside the vault. If we can't get to the evidence, he walks free. If we try and get near the evidence is destroyed and he still walks free.
But if in this case the evidence happens to be some kind of highly explosive material...
Nobody walks. We all fly with our own sets of wings and a harp.
Yeah, but all this about explosives in the vault, I mean, it could all be just one big bluff.
Of course it could. But who's going to open the door to find out?
We've lost either way.
What a setup, man. Just like Schrodinger's cat.
That's a good way to describe the situation. Philosophy, as well as physique.
You're really starting to annoy me, you know that. Now, where's the key that will make this building safer? Is it inside?
Daughter's got it.
Wrong again. You can search all you like, but you'll never find it. I open the vault. Or nobody opens the vault. Take him.
Yeah, and don't just search him, Roland. Stick him through a body scanner. What kind of key are we looking for?
I didn't get much chance to see. I think it'll be a digital code sequence, big numbers in some recorded form.
Could he memorize them?
No, they have to be machine readable. You couldn't input them fast enough. You get one digit wrong and kaboom.
I'm relying on you to crack this.
Prisoner, stand and move back.
Don't bother with all that.
John Danielle, I want to give you some advance warning. Some VIP guests are coming to the prison in 4 hours' time.
Oh, how nice for you, sir.
Nice. I'm terrified. They're the new owners. There was a hostile takeover and it came out of nowhere. If I want to keep my job, I've got to make a good impression.
How can I be of help?
I'm going to put you on show as my model prisoner. Tell them how you've been raising pots of cash for our projects and generally redeeming yourself. Look busy when you hear us coming. Lots of interesting stuff on the screens.
I'll certainly do my best, sir.
What's the story with the vault, Roz? Have we got explosives in there or not?
There's no way of telling without the key codes. He's created the perfect dilemma, you know. The only way to prove the evidence exists is by destroying it.
What's all this business from Ed about a cat?
Schrodinger's cat. It's a way of explaining probability. Look. Erwin Schrödinger said, suppose you have a sealed box. Inside the box, you have a cat and a vial of poison. Is the cat alive or dead? You can't know, but what you have is a 50-50 probability. The moment you open the box, the probability collapses.
What's the connection?
What we have is a sealed vault and a very tight-lipped Dr. Newman. Now, he wants us to think there's a high explosive in there because then we won't risk going back into the building. But he won't confirm it either because that would be an admission of guilt. Just like the cat in the box. All we have is a 50-50 probability. We can't prove anything.
If it's evidence you're after. What about this?
This ceremonial dagger.
Look at the inlay. You know what that is?
According to the Bureau's people, it's a niobium alloy.
It's a bit more interesting than that, Roz. It's niobium 5.
Niobium 5?
When you talk about low-temperature superconductors, this stuff is the holy grail. You need a particle accelerator to make it. And nobody's cracked how to do it commercially.
Beckett, this is over 2,000 years old.
At least. Oh, and, by the way, your cat is definitely dead.
You can't know that.
Sealed box. How's it going to breathe, eh?
Hey guys, look what I found wandering the streets. And guess what? He brought us something. Ta-da!
We've identified Newman's client, a General Malik. He leads an army of 3,000 men in a region where you've got 5 different factions all struggling for power.
He fancies himself. What's his agenda?
He's in this country right now, officially to lecture on desert warfare at his old military college.
Well, I don't see a warlord taking time off to give lecture tours somehow.
It's obviously a cover. In 3 days' time, all the other factions are set to meet in the capital to cover up the region between them and leave Malik's tiny army exactly nowhere.
He's here to pick up his equalizer.
And if he can get back and use it in exactly 72 hours' time.
No peace accord?
No conference chamber.
No competition.
Have you traced Cassandra Newman yet?
I'm getting a fix on a car.
Governor Holstock?
No calls. I'm expecting an important visitor.
Welcome.
Thank you.
I've been expecting you. Now, what would you like to know?
Everything. I'm keen to know everything about the way our new acquisition operates.
So when did the company change hands?
At 4 o'clock this afternoon.
My contract?
It's under review. These were given to me on the handover. I understand they're the master codes that control all the security measures in the prison. Where are they used?
Right here. If I need to, I can control everything from this office. I can shut the place right down.
Or open it right up?
That would be rather irresponsible, Miss...
What do you do? Just insert the cards in the slots?
Please, when do I get to know how I stand?
I think you better ask the new owner himself.
But when does he get here?
Around about now.
I wonder if the key code really is in Cassandra's car.
We'll soon find out. We're very close.
There.
Hey, check it out. Built-in lead shielding. Wonder what she's been carrying. How does that work?
This works on the same principle as Einstein's dog.
Einstein's dog?
Yeah, Einstein's dog. You never heard of Einstein's dog?
No.
Yeah, I thought everybody had heard of Einstein's dog.
What's it telling us?
There are traces of some mercury-based compound the scanner doesn't recognise, as well as the very distinctive signature of californium-252.
Radioactive. That explains the lead lining. I mean, this is really scary stuff. What do you think they're trying to put together?
Sorry about your new gymnasium, Governor. As you can see, I had another use for the money.
You took my trust. Bought my prison?
And I had to outbid 2 big crime syndicates in competition for the deal. I assume I just do this.
No, stop that! It's an abuse of the system!
I'm creating a protected corridor. We can walk out and no guard can reach us. Is everything set up with General Malik?
He assures us he has a container full of artifacts. He's just waiting for us to deliver the red mercury.
Well, boys and girls, I think we're ready for the resumption of hostilities.
The General's in a serious hurry.
Lectures weren't that short in my day.
You drive like a man.
Is that supposed to be a compliment?
Not in the case of the man I have in mind.
Yeah, Beckett.
How's General Malik?
We skipped his lecture. We didn't think he'd mind.
What do you know about californium-252?
Apart from its obvious radioactivity, it has a tendency towards spontaneous fission.
The Newmans have been handling it, along with another mercury-based compound that the scanner can't seem to identify.
Mercury? Red mercury?
That's one of the great myths of the international arms market.
Roz, red mercury? Tell me more.
Well, on its own, it's supposed to be a dense, high explosive, but put it together with other ingredients, and it becomes the trigger for a pure neutron bomb.
These other ingredients include californium-252 by any chance?
Californium would enrich the neutron burst. You'd get massive killing power from the radiation, but there wouldn't be much destruction of buildings.
Which means that Malik could sterilize the capital while all of his enemies are around the table, then come down out of the mountains and take over. That is, if red mercury exists.
The only way to find that out is for us to open the vault, yeah?
Roz, he'd have less than 3 days to build the bomb.
It's not that hard. I could probably build you one in 2.
Roz!
Textbook pursuit. My driver was completely unaware of you. However, I never travel without my backup. Out. Put them in the van.
Roz? Roz, are you okay? Roz?
What do you think's going on?
They're stopping to meet someone.
Jean-Daniel.
I can believe your surprise. So few of those you cross ever seem to manage to survive. Like my late brother. But don't worry. You'll get the chance to serve his memory. In fact, I'm going to insist upon it.
If this goes well, my antiquities will make you a very rich man.
My red mercury will make you a very powerful one.
Nobody loses.
Except for the casualties of war. When do we sail?
On the morning tide.
Do not re-enter without the key code. Warning, the building has been re-entered.
Ross go. Extremely noble. I have plans for Miss Henderson. Don't worry, Mr. Blatty. I've a use for you, too.
The destruction sequence has recommenced at 3 minutes and 15 seconds. Please re-evacuate the building. To cancel the sequence, enter the appropriate key code.
They must be inside.
What the hell happened? Exploding shell. Hit the glass and went straight through. Hey, look what she's using.
It's a laser sight. Watch your eyes, Ed.
It's not my eyes I'm worried about. If those are exploding shells, how long before she thinks about firing one into the fuel tank?
Get her attention.
Okay. What? Oh, man. Hey! Hey! I think that's enough attention getting for the time being.
Stars in her eyes.
Unless the key code is entered, maximum destruction will occur in 1 minute and 15 seconds.
Time's short.
I know.
One minute to destruction.
They fixed our fix.
We'll just have to fix it again.
Well, come on, Ed, find me something. Come on!
What about this? Get quickly, Ed.
45 seconds.
Time is getting tight. I know.
30 seconds. Please enter the key code.
Why isn't it working?
10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. The key code is correct. The total destruction sequence is cancelled.
Miss Henderson. Mr. Blatty. Behold the myth. Red Mercury. The myth made real.
The system has reverted.
How long do you think our sniper lady will be blinded for?
It's impossible to say, Ed. She was using a magnifying sight. That can be like looking at the sun through binoculars.
Just wondering how much time we had.
If anyone tries to rush me or even gives me a surprise, your good friend here gets a permanent cure for a headache.
Can't rely on an old stunt like that for long.
I won't have to. Tell them.
He's left Roland downstairs with a mine attached to him, and it's ticking. Go on, you're his only chance.
Tick-tock.
Loaded the Red Mercury.
You okay? Clockwork, that's a clockwork detonator.
Pulse resistant, you can't knock these ones out electronically. I cut my baby teeth defusing these.
Can you do one in about 30 seconds?
Oh, no. I could do 2.
What's the matter?
Nothing.
This is too easy, man. I can't figure out why someone to make it so easy to deal with. Don't understand at all unless it's just a temporary distraction. Beckett! Go!
Beckett, 3 seconds.
Right, now we have an advantage. He'll think this has worked, and he's killed us. Question is, what's he going to do next?
All I know is that the Red Mercury's going to go out by sea this morning in less than 2 hours' time.
What's wrong?
I can't see too well.
Change places with me.
Wait. I know what you're going to do. If it's anyone, it ought to be me. Please. Let me see. Look up.
I thought I was just dazzled. It is just temporary, isn't it?
Hush, child. This is difficult enough.
Only rats and insects eat their young. I'll leave you here to mourn and recuperate. You'll be hearing from me.
Ed, are you getting this?
You almost blasted the wax out of my ears.
Sorry. What can you see?
Tell Roland. I think I found his van.
These containers. The ship's cargo is dioxin. It's being exported for disposal.
You're hiding a high explosive in the middle of a cargo of toxic waste.
Elegant, no? It's an excellent cover. Once you bribe the right inspectors, who else wants to get too close?
You'll never make it to the open sea.
She speaks. Why is that, Miss Henderson? Because your friends are going to come riding to the rescue? They're gone. You helped. Better get used to that.
Marine Command are putting out a sea blockade. Tell Ed he's not to do anything until my people are in place on the dockside.
Did you get that, Ed? John Danielle's got Roz, and we're not to do anything until Roland's people turn up. Did you copy that, Ed? Ed?
I've watched you all for a long time. I came to know you better than you know yourselves. They're dead, and you're here because that's exactly the way I planned it.
For what? Revenge?
I'm above revenge. There's no percentage in it. No, Miss Henderson, you're alive because you're part of my deal with General Malik. You're going to build him a bomb.
Is that the scheme? Shoot me now, it ain't gonna happen.
There are ways. Where's my payment?
Over here. All ready for you to drive away.
Go.
I selected only the purest pieces.
What do you mean?
Just the gold. I left the grey material behind.
What?
I think you've disappointed him, General.
It looked cheap. I left it in the tube.
Niobium 5 alloy, isn't it?
What do you know about niobium?
Have you seen Roz? Is she okay? Don't interfere now, Maggot. I'm very grateful for everything you've done, but you people do have a tendency to take things over.
Oh, yeah? So what's your big master plan then, eh, Roland?
Attention, General Malik. This is Roland Blackie. I am impounding this vessel in the name of the Bureau of Weapons Technology. You have 5 minutes to lay down your arms and come ashore. Miss Henderson is not to be harmed in any
Well, that was brilliant, Roland. You've really got them where you want them now, haven't you?
What would you suggest?
Mr. Blatty, this is General Malik. I thought you might be interested in hearing the terms you're about to accept.
Give me that thing. General, with all due respect, I think you're in no position to negotiate.
I rather think I am. You see, I have a van load of highly explosive red mercury and enough toxic waste packed around it to contaminate half the city. Now, if I choose to detonate one inside of the other, say hello to your worst nightmare.
Yeah, there's one little problem with that. You'll all die.
We're all soldiers for the cause, prepared to die at any time.
Release Miss Henderson first, and then we'll talk.
Oh, that would be clever of me, wouldn't it? Either you let us on our way, or this land of yours will become a lot less green and a lot less pleasant.
He's got to be bluffing. I mean, surely that toxic waste is protected.
Not against a van load of red mercury. Those containers will disintegrate and spread lethal pollution everywhere.
alloy, not the gold. You've not fulfilled your part of the deal. You promised me the niobium.
We'll discuss this later. John Danielle just became a liability. Shoot him.
Sir.
Boo! Guess who?
Ed, I'm stuck. Malik's coming.
Well, Miss Henderson, it appears I may have to carry out my suicide ultimatum.
That's madness.
Oh, I know. But an empty threat is no threat at all. So, I suggest you contact your people and convince them that this is no bluff. Tell them if they refuse, I'll be firing an exploding shell into the Red Mercury in 90 seconds.
Ed, get it started. Beckett! Beckett, can you hear me?
Roz, what's your situation?
That would take far too long to explain. Well done.
You think this stuff's gonna go bang?
More than likely.
Beckett, we've got to get Roz out of these cuffs, man. Beckett! Guys, I can't get it! We've got to get the hell out of here!
That's the best I can do.
Good enough. Go!
Jean Danielle wasn't after the gold at all.
No, he wanted the niobium 5.
For what?
You tell me. All we know for sure is that he didn't get his hands on any.
Not yet.
Yeah, well, in the meantime, I'd really like to hear about this Schrodinger's cat.
Eh?
Schrodinger's cat, in detail.
Well, Mr. Schrodinger, that's Neville Schrodinger, he lives next door to me. He's got this cat. Very quiet, you never know whether it's in or out. How much detail do you want?
What are you talking about, Ed? I thought it was something to do with probability theory.
Well, it may well be, but how would I know about that? Anyway, what we'd like to know about is Einstein's dog.
Yes.
Roz, are you sure you want this off?
Why?
Well, I don't know. I mean, I think it makes rather a nice charm bracelet.